Hello everyone, my name is Munish. You are watching Crime Tak English. I welcome all of you in Crime Tak English family. I hope all of you are doing well and fine. Now today I'm going to talk about one very important incident in recent time, the Hathras gang rape case. Now the Central Bureau of Investigation has filed a charge sheet which virtually means that what CBI has found in its investigation that the 19-year-old was not only gang raped but also she was brutally killed. Now, to talk about this incident, I'll take you back to September 14 when this entire incident started. So, on that particular day, on September 14, the 19-year-old victim and her mother they went to work on the fields. Now, those fields were owned by the upper caste people of that particular village, but both the mother and daughter they were working 100 meters apart in two different fields owned by the upper caste people. So around 10:30, within 1 hour, her mother heard some screaming. When she went there, she saw that her own daughter is lying in pool of blood. The entire ground around that 19-year-old victim was blood soaked, and she was unable to speak anything because her tongue was cut. It was very brutal in nature, and that is when she called victim's brother. When they reached there, then she was taken to the nearest police station. But you know what was the most unfortunate part? The police was even resisting to register an FIR initially. The girl was feeling, she was going into unconscious. She was not in conscious mood, and that point of time, the serious condition was very serious. But anyway, after insistence from the family, the police had to register an FIR. But the FIR was registered only under section 354 of Indian Penal Code, that is molestation, whereas a woman was brutally, you know, she was attacked, her tongue was cut off, and there were several injury marks on her body. But only 354 section was invoked against one accused, Sandeep, because the victim's brother told the police that they suspect that Sandeep might be the person behind this entire attack and this incident. But anyway, she was then taken to the local hospital. The hospital said that she is in a very serious condition and they are not in a position to save her. That is when she was shifted to Aligarh Muslim University Hospital. And when the doctor started treating, then they primarily gave a report that she has received several injuries. Now, why this case is important? The timeline is important. That is why I am giving you the entire aspect of when what happened. For 14 days, she was admitted in the hospital of Aligarh Muslim University, and after 14 days, her conditions got deteriorated. She was in a very serious condition, and then she was shifted to Delhi. Now, in between, a magistrate was called to record statement of the victim. It was around September 22. That is when a magistrate was called. Her statement was recorded, and apart from Sandeep, she also gave name of three other accused. Now, these three other accused were also made accused in the case. It took 3 to 4 days for police to arrest all four accused, including the prime accused, Sandeep, in this case. But what was important that when the second statement of victim was recorded before a magistrate, then sections were invoked, sections of Indian Penal Code in which attempt to murder was added, and it was not only limited to section 354 molestation, but also in her statement to the magistrate, the victim told that मेरे साथ में जबरदस्ती की गई है. I was forced. Now there will be different meaning of मेरे साथ जबरदस्ती की गई है, but in common terms we take it as if the woman was sexually assaulted or not. But the most unfortunate part was that when she was shifted to Delhi, and when the entire protest, you might remember the protest in Hathras, you might remember protest in different cities of country, They were demanding justice for this 19-year-old victim, because it was not only limited to this woman but also in Hathras, the upper caste and the Dalits. The discrimination, the ruling of upper caste on Dalits. So these were some incident in which the protest began, and that is when the police came into action. There were allegations on the police also that they were not doing their job, but police said that we have arrested all the accused, we are verifying. In between, a senior police official gave a statement that this victim was not raped. According to the medical report, she was not raped. But again, there was a dying declaration from the victim in which she claimed that she was forced. मेरे साथ में जबरदस्ती की गई है. These were her last statement, last words. And on September 30th, unfortunately, the 19-year-old victim succumbed to her injuries. She died. When she was taken to the Hathras, her native village, the family was not given right to even cremate that body. You just imagine that someone of your family has died, but you are not allowed to cremate your own daughter, your own sister. And the police giving an excuse that it might have created a riot situation, they even did not allow the family, and the police cremated the body in midnight. India Today got those visuals on camera. Aaj Tak got those visuals on camera. And I was reporting for that story, but it was a horrifying story. First of all, the incident. First, second, the probe. And third, the way the government machinery, the police was acting. Whether there was any intention to save the accused or not, that is a completely different thing. But at least give the family the respect to cremate their own daughter, own sister. And that is when the entire protest began in a very adverse manner. The Yogi government was also in a dock. There were several allegations against Yogi government. There were several petitions filed before the court. And finally, an SIT was formed by the UP government to probe into this matter. Also, if there are any lapses from the police side. But again, there were petitions before the court. The Yogi government was under pressure. And then the Central Bureau of Investigation, the premium investigative agency of this country, they took over the probe, and finally they started their own investigation. When they went to the Hathras village, I saw that inch by inch they were trying to find any evidence. The soil was collected from that particular area to find any evidence. They tried to measure the distance where the mother was walking and whether where the victim died, the distance between the native village. All those distances were measured by the forensic science unit of the Central Bureau of Investigation. They were experts, and the team of Ghaziabad Central Bureau of Investigation, the Ghaziabad unit, they took over the probe and they investigated this matter. The family was questioned several times to find every bit about what has been happening between that Dalit family, those who suffered, those who lost their daughter, and the family of upper caste who were allegedly involved in this incident. All those four accused, they were in jail, but the team of CBI questioned all those four accused also. Statements of doctors were recorded, and relying on the forensic evidence in the case, the dying declaration of the victim, because that was something which was very important. And if a person has given a statement when he is dying or she is dying, it becomes of utmost importance. And that is when the Central Bureau of Investigation decided to go by what the victim had to say in this entire matter. Now, what we do know at this point of time is that a charge sheet has been filed before the Hathras court. The Central Bureau of Investigation, in its charge sheet, according to my source, and I spoke to several officers also, they were saying that they recorded statements of many people. There were different versions, but they decided to go by the forensic evidence in the case. Also, they relied on the dying declaration, and all the four accused in the case, they have been, charged with gang rape and murder of the 19-year-old victim. The matter will still go before the court. The court will decide whether those four accused are, guilty in this matter or not. But again, probe, in which not only a daughter of India will get justice, hopefully, but also it will be lesson for all those people who think that they can do anything to someone who is poor, to someone who is not from upper caste. If there is any update in this story, I will inform you through Crime Tak English. I hope you like the video, and I promise you that from now on regularly I will be giving inside details about the stories of murder which I have covered, and all those stories which I have researched across globe where a murder has taken place or some interesting crime stories which I'll be telling you. Thank you so much for watching this.